And we're live. We're back. We were naughty. We did miss a week, I think. Did we miss a week?
We didn't actually miss an upload. We just missed a week in our schedule.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Twice. But we did have a fucking busy weekend, to be fair, which was a bit off plan. Which is what we're going to talk about. So, anyway, let's just do the normal formalities. How's everyone doing?
Good, thanks.
Very
Mate,
well.
how are you?
Yeah, man, not bad. Anything new?
Nothing new.
Alright.
No, that's because we're all fucking optimal, cunt.
Exactly.
I was proving a point to the people, okay? Like our lives are not that exciting on a day-to-day basis.
No.
Apart from my new tattoo, that's pretty fucking new.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
I was very gassed. It started peeling now. It's really annoying though.
Itchy or not?
Not itchy yet. No, it probably will be soon though. I'm guessing because it was in this evening. I started noticing it was quite like flaky. So
Yeah.
not looking forward to that whole healing process. If anyone who's had tattoos, everyone knows like the healing process is probably the most annoying part about the whole tattoo itself. Like you can hack the pain and shit, but like when
Yeah.
you've got to deal with it every day, you got to like make sure you like put your cream on, and then
Yeah.
you can't take baths and like stuff like that. You just gotta be careful.
Yeah, it's long. To be fair, when I got mine done, they put a little film thing on it.
Oh, the second sleeve.
Yeah. I had one.
I didn't. My tattoo guy is like a bit more raw and old school than that.
No.
Like you're not allowed to use numbing cream.
Really?
Yeah, doesn't do second sleeve. Yeah, no, he's a bit more old school.
Yeah, just put a second sleeve. The second sleeve's alright, but it hurts like a bitch when you pull it off though, doesn't it, James?
Yeah, it does. But to be fair,
Oh really?
it helps the healing process like massively helped heal straight away with my one.
How long did you have your sleeve on for?
Kept it on for like 4 days, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, 4 days, and then your tattoo is completely healed.
Not completely, but speeds up the process massively.
Yeah, it was a little.
Usually mine take about a week and a half to be fully done. To like fully set in.
Yeah, it was probably like literally 2 days after I took that off, and it's probably down.
Fair
And
enough.
you don't have to mess about putting loads of like creams on it all the time.
I mean, mine's pretty easy. I use this cream called the Panthen cream. What I do is I just put it on when my skin gets dry, or like usually it takes about 4 hours, and then I usually have to put like another little bit in. And then what I do is I put like a tiny bit on, like I don't put loads on, and I just like dab it on, like I don't rub it in, like I dab it on, so that way you're not messing around with the skin, because obviously it has just had like several thousand like penetrations of thy skin, so it's
cream though is so thick, isn't it, Josh?
it's not too bad. I don't lather it on, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then no, to be fair, they're like that's now technically it's technically my 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my 5th tattoo now.
Pretty mad.
I'm kind of getting used to it now.
Yeah.
Definitely want to get more in the future.
Addiction's starting.
Yeah, but back when I used to be like really heavily into like just like heavy metal music, and I played in my band and shit, like I wanted to be like head to toe covered in tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, and then I got a little bit older and I was kind of like doesn't really appeal to me anymore because of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Well, not just because of bodybuilding, it just doesn't appeal to me like it used to anymore. I still want to have like two full forearm sleeves. But I don't want like solid sleeves. I just want like broken ones. Like I know James's pieces are like solid, so they literally cover like literally a full chunk of area. Like I'm gonna stick to like keeping mine broken up so I can still see a little bit of forearm detail. And then then I'll probably get my hands done as well.
Fair enough. Tattoo 101 with the Megamorph boys.
Yes, well we've all got tattoos, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie literally decided on the day of his game. We literally were doing it over text.
Mate, yeah, I literally had no idea. It's sort of all of us.
I was in my head. I was like, this guy. I've sat on my tattoo, my first one, for like a year and a half, maybe longer. 3 years. I sat on my first one for.
Yeah, but I had the like idea, but then I just wanted something like substantial.
You needed some direction. Yeah,
I need something to bring it together, and then actually, Josh suggested a compass line to tie it all together, and then like looking back on my phone, like I think like 2 years ago, I'd saved like a couple of compass tattoos like on my phone already, so it was like destined to be.
Yeah. That's what I did. I found like loads of tattoos that I wanted on Pinterest, found this one that I had on my phone for like a fair few years. And I just went and couldn't have done it. It takes a while to find something that you like there.
Yeah, word. Wait, keep talking. I just want to check something. Just keep having a conversation.
All right.
Just
want to check something.
Pardon, Charlie?
Are you getting any more?
Yeah, I want to get more. But it's just kind of like the money at the moment because they aren't cheap. Like both my tattoos, one was 500, the other was 600.
You know, you've spent more money on one arm than I've done in total.
Yeah, but the thing is, mine are fat, so they're basically my whole like forearm.
Bro, how many? I've got like the amount of tattoos I have now definitely like exceeds yours though. Like you have on one arm.
Yeah, but I'd say probably mine involve more detail. See?
Yeah, they do. Yours took a lot longer than mine did.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this is the most intricate tattoo I have.
Yeah.
So I mean, it did need shading and shit, but like yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like mine, you had to go over mine like multiple different times, and the shading was painful.
Oh, it's brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when they was like doing all the white bits at the end.
White's the worst.
The white is fucking horrible, mate.
It's like a cut over a cut over a cut, and then he starts doing that. I'm like, fucking hurry up, mate! It's killing me.
You've been sat in the chair for like 3 hours at this point already.
Yeah.
And you're doing the white. I'm like, oh mate, hurry up.
It's weird though. It's not like a really like hurty pain. It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, you get to it at the start, you're like, actually, this is all right. Like, it's ain't that bad. And then, like, 2 hours later, you're like, oh, fucking hell, I'm bored now. Get me out of it.
Nah, to be fair, I still kind of find it quite painful, but I've got quite a low pain tolerance, I think, personally.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, look, it hurts, but like, as you said, James said, like, it's uncomfortable, but like, it's a pain. Like, I just go, okay, fuck it, and just continue to kind of like sit through it. Like, I can imagine after being exposed to it for like when you see those guys who go in for like a full day of work, I couldn't do that. But like, I think after an hour and a half, that was like when I got to the end of this one, I was like, okay, now I'm starting to hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My first one was a full day session. That was rough.
Fucking hell, mate! You put yourself in the deep end there.
It was my first one as well. Yeah, my first one, a full day session. There's no holding back.
Yeah. I thought I went bold with this one for a first one because like this one still took like 50 minutes and it's still quite a big piece for a first piece.
Yeah. I literally didn't tell my mum, didn't tell anyone. I've got it done in Liverpool.
Just got some scouse person doing it.
Basically, the guy, he was actually based around my area. Then he was so good that he just moved to a different area.
Well, I guess Liverpool is going to get more work, isn't he?
And because back then, when I was in education, I get free trains. So I thought, fuck it, I'll just get a train for him. That's not going to cost me anything.
Yeah, might as well.
And I just tied in with the seeing some friends.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I'm going to keep doing this because I can multitask. So today we're going to cover comments from the previous video. So Seb, who's a very, very big supporter of the podcast, he always is a little cheeky comment for the boys. So he is asked, big up Seb. He is asked if basically our individual stories of how we got into drum and bass. So let's kick it off with Charlie. Charlie, how did you find your way into fucking stick cut drum and bass?
Okay, so started going to the gym. Probably
time. I was gonna say we need some time frames here, mate.
Okay, time frames. Probably like let's say 2017, 2018. Started going to the gym. Sort of dabbled in, I don't know what you'd call it, not dubstep, but like
baseline.
Yeah, baseline. Sort of dabbled in that, and then in 2018 went to my first ever festival, which was Sundown Festival. If anyone's ever been,
Stick festival.
It was actually pretty mad, to be fair. It was like a mix of like rap and like house and drum and bass. And I think for the first time I saw Chase and Status, Andy C, Friction, maybe a couple other drum and Wilkinson, and they were sick. Like
that's a great people to expose you to drum and bass.
First time. And then there was like Holy Goof and like some other bassline people. But that was sick. That was like my first like experience with drum and bass, and then sort of like listened to it a little bit more. Then I went to Creamfields in 2019, and then that was it. I was just blown away. After that, I was not listening to anything else other than drum and bass. And then over the years since that festival, I've just gone to more and more raves, listened to more and more drum and bass, and basically it's just got heavier and heavier. Normally, I feel like people start like with heavy drum and bass when they're young, and then as they get older, it sort of mellows out into like more liquid, like house sort of vibes. Whereas mine has gone from like more bassline to like more like liquid, like dance floor, and then all of a sudden recently it's gone pure like heavy and scatty drum and bass, which I absolutely love. You cannot beat like Headaches, Turno, that sort of vibe. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into drum and bass. James?
Decent.
Alright, I'll go how I got into it. So similar kind of time frame. First year of uni around 2018. I went to lots of my housemates, well flatmates at the time, already knew were big into drum and bass and things, and they were like, "Oh, do you want to come to this event?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" And
Excuse to drink. Corpus there.
went to see Chains and Status in this place in Southampton called Switch. It's proper.
Yeah, and Switch. Yeah.
Lights are ridiculous there, but saw them live, and that literally got hooked as soon as I saw them. And then we actually went back to that venue as well again, like the next month to see Pendulum.
Oh,
My god, they were so good. They were
I want to see them again so badly.
Best people I've seen. And then just throughout the first year of uni, naturally got into it then. But I have to admit, it did start with bassline, because I feel like the majority of people do start with bassline.
Yeah.
Lots of events.
It's the gateway genre.
Yeah. Then we went to these events called, have you ever heard of Bedlams?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Like, it was a big kind of uni event. They have loads of different unis. They have like Andy C, Wilson's, all different people coming all the time. It went to quite a few of them, and then kind of like grew out the kind of baseline stage, got into more liquid, and slightly heavier DnB. Not like, I'm not a massive fan of very heavy DnB. I'm sure you boys know that by now. But like,
James have vibes.
yeah, depends. I'm more like euphoric vibes rather than super heavy DnB. That's basically how I got into them. But I do.
Would you? I was gonna say, James, would you say you've gotten more into drum and bass since becoming friends with me and Charlie?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's because you've got
good friends, Josh, right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say, but you've had Charlie. You've got like not into more drum bass. You've got more into raving since you've met me. Like I've taken you on a fair few raves now, mate.
Yeah, Josh. Ever since I met you, I've been on a mad. That year that I met you, from then on, I went to like 6 raves. I think 3 of them were like unplanned, last minute. Oh, do you want to come? Why not?
Yeah, well, James has done that a few times with me as well.
Yeah.
So quickly, and then literally, bang, 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 a whole month kept meeting up and going to these unexpected raves.
Yeah, we did one every 2 weeks by accident for like.
And like 2 weeks later, we went to Warehouse together.
Yeah, facts.
And
What's that?
We barely even knew each other that well.
Yeah, word. That's basically what I was going to bring that round to. So I don't realize it's been more than a year now since me and James became friends. So I became friends obviously with Charlie. I returned in August. Then only literally like 2 months later, I became friends with James. Like it's so weird to meet 2 people who are becoming like I ended up being so close with within like literally like 2 months of each other only a year ago.
I remember you saying to me, Josh, you were like, "Oh, I've met this lad called James. He's actually Sam. We should all get a session in together."
Yeah, and then that's how the podcast was born.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had such an influence on people going out and then bringing these people together.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
Yeah.
I know, right? So yeah. So then my story of basically getting drum bass. So mine wasn't until 2019. So 2019, early 2019, probably around I think it was February. Yeah. So I started getting into watching Mo Samuels. So this is the start of 2019. I started watching Mo
Samuels for that.
Yeah, yeah, big man. So then from there, it kind of just like I remember watching because I literally I've got it saved still on my Snapchat memories, but I don't have Snapchat anymore, so I can't say the exact date.
Yes.
So then I remember videoing him like making his video and like him making the original wobs, saying about how he's like made them. And then in that video, he's got a clip basically where he plays Tour. And I never heard Tour before because I used to be super against drum and bass. I used to hate it because like all the pricks in my school used to listen to the super jump puppy like Black Widow, and that's what I thought drum and bass was. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was just some really screechy, shitty electronic music, and I was like, oh, it's just a bit dead. But then I had tour, and I was like, "This is a fucking bop, mate." I was rinsing it. Like I listened to it like when I wake up, when I go in the shower, when I eat food, when I go to the gym. It was just constantly on. I was living my life to this fucking soundtrack, mate, for like 2 weeks straight. And I started watching more, and then after that, I started getting really into drum and bass. And then like since then, like I went to my very first rave in July of 2019. I went and saw Canine Turner, and then like after that, I was like, this is going to be me. And I didn't think I'd get this basically then so deep into the point where like I've played at Leeds Festival. I'm like my drum and bass playlist is like over 100 hours of straight drum and bass. It's got like almost 3,000 songs. Like I've met like Unglued, and like I've done a night out with Unglued literally when he came and like chill with us when I was with Mo. Like there's just been like so many like, and then like yeah, and then freaking like I've got people like messaging me on Instagram, like when I posted clips, I got Fred V replying to my fucking like blends I put on my story, and like graphics is his talent like page, his talent page, which is called Inscape Artists, like follow me and like my stuff as well on that. I'm starting to get like really headed to the verse, and like now I've already said like after bodybuilding, like oh, that's what I want to be my career. So little did I know, like that one time listening to Tour would like fucking change me like this. So I used to be so against it. I was so against drum and bass because you know when you like when the music, you don't really like music, but then you know people who just like really like it, makes you hate it even more.
100%.
So yeah, I was just like, wow, like, it's such a weird like turnaround now.
Yeah.
Because like people think I just that's all my life is. Some people think my life is just drum and bass. It is anything I listen to.
Yeah, literally. Like, but if it wasn't for that drum and bass, me and Josh probably wouldn't like know each other. I mean, we might follow each other. We probably would have followed each other on Instagram still.
At some point, because of training, yeah, but I still
Yeah.
think it would have been long. It would have been long.
Yeah, like it wouldn't have, our friendship wouldn't have accelerated at the rate it did.
No.
If we didn't meet at that festival, if we didn't look across at each other at that festival and go, oh.
Well, yeah, if you didn't recognize me, because obviously, because I like obviously because I didn't know exactly what you looked like. 'Cause I knew you were going, because we kind of chatted a small chat before we went.
Last minute, and you were like, oh, if we've got signal, I'll message you. But we barely got any signal, and then I was like, oh, probably not going to see him, like, because the signal's shit, and that was like a pretty big festival anyway. I looked across and he was there, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. And then the very wonky Meadowhall took you and your mate under my wing and made you a fucking yeah, they made you had a fucking great time.
Oh,
and then Charlie almost got his fucking penis pulled out in the middle of a rain. Oh, fucking good times.
Oh god.
Anyway, yeah, so that's basically like our honeymoon stories of how each of us got into drum bass, and then how basically that one genre, along with training, basically ended up basically connecting us three cunts like it was meant to be.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that kind of concludes that portion. And then Seb also asked how I got my first set. So I might as well quickly finish up this question. So basically, I've got a very good friend of mine, Grace. So Grace, I met through Mo as well, actually. So I met her at Weekend in the Woods, which was a fucking sick rave. So I met her there, and Mo had met her at Ball Masters.
Ball Masters.
They met at Ball Masters, and then they became friends, and then she ended up going to Weekend in the Woods, and that's where I met her. And then we got along, and then I drove her sister, me, Alex Smallfield, and also Chris, Dion's mate Chris, is like massive 6'5" mate Chris. So I drove all five of us up in my little fucking Fiesta to Manchester for Warehouse Project. So yeah, and then after that, she came to a night out in Oxford. You were that one, James. Yeah, that was the first time you met Grace as well, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, and then basically she's recently got a job like over the last year. She basically now works for Festival Republic. So if people don't know, Festival Republic run a lot of the big festivals over summer. So Brandel, being Reading and Leeds, was one of them. And she basically had the opportunity to do like a DJ spotlight. Like basically bring on X amount of DJs all different genres, and she wanted to make sure it was quite like multicultural. So like she made sure there was a mixture of boys and girls, techno, house, disco. Like she basically wanted it to be as diverse as possible. And basically, she didn't offer it to me. I actually asked her because she put in a story like, "Oh, is anyone want this?" And she was like, I was like, "You know, I would fucking say yes to this." She was like, "Well, to be honest, like you're a bit too good for it, like because you're not even getting paid. Like you get a ticket for the weekend, but like I thought you would pass up because you are a bit too good for it." And I was like, "No, I'll fucking take any opportunity to play my very first fucking set."
Yeah, literally.
So yeah, so then she was all right, fine. So I ended up basically taking her slot of her fucking white alpha male on her roster. And then yeah, that's basically how it happened. I only got confirmation like 4 weeks before it happened. It was pretty mad. Like I thought it was just all chat, and then it would have been like you rolled up and all that. Yes, something went wrong. So to get then the official like yes, it's happening, I was gassed.
Yeah.
And then then ended up playing a little 21st birthday Halloween event on Monday, which was pretty good to be fair. The only problem was right, so it was a 4-hour set.
Yeah.
4 hours, right, which is rough on your own. Like to play on your own, if you're not doing back to back. It was basically I'd played start of the night at this like little venue, which was like attached to a pub. It was indoors. And basically had to play at the start of the night where obviously everyone's pretty much like still soberish. There's only like 5 people at the start because obviously there's only people who were like close friends of like the person to like come to like pre there. So I ended up playing for from 8 to 11 o'clock at night. And also I could tell straight off the bat that like no one was like into drum and bass.
Oh,
Like into it. So I was like, fuck, I'm in for a fucking long night because you know how disappointing it is as a DJ to look up and just everyone just isn't like dancing or like just vibing out. Like it's a fucking kick in the fucking cunt, mate.
yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to work some magic here. So I did was I started off just to play it for the first like hour and a half. First hour and a half, 2 hours. I just played songs on their own, songs which I didn't mind playing because I know they weren't like really good tunes, but also ones that like weren't really heavy because I'm gonna have to like feel this to see where my kind of limit of like heaviness is.
Yeah. So just
Because you know me, I like to have like heavy and euphoric like mix. I don't like to just be like one. I like the full the spectrum. What were you saying, Charlie?
you just like start off with like ease your way in basically to the night.
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of like pressing buttons and saying like, okay, like is this a bit too heavy? Because you can gauge even off because people's small amounts of like body language if they change, like if maybe something's a bit too like heavy, or if they turn around and go like, what the fuck is that? And so I was like, okay, and then
nightmares all of a sudden.
oh, I didn't drop any headaches there. I could not do that. So then I'd say like the heaviest tune. I dropped a few heavy tunes toward the end, but like I'll explain why. So then as people also it was filling up quite a lot, so it got to like a fair few people, maybe like 60, 70 people, like in this like room, which wasn't too bad. It's quite low seating as well, which was nice because it made it feel a bit more full. And then then people were getting in there, people were getting drunk, people were obviously having a bit more of a good time, whatever. So then I started introducing loads of bootlegs which I know people would know the original songs to try and get them like into it, and then it started then it started ramping up, and then for like probably like an hour and a half I was like ripping it, mate. I was just doing sick. I've got pictures of like girls dancing around me and shit. Of course. Shock.
Like just stunned.
Just the average day in the life, that is.
Yeah.
Okay, where is it? Good times. Yeah, mate. Bless. Of course, I had blondes swarming my way.
Of course you did.
Yeah, and then the birthday girl kept trying to buy me drinks all night.
Really?
All night. You sure you want a drink? No, I'm driving home after this. I'll just have one shot then. You can have one shot. What's the point of having one shot? She was really shy, and I was like, fuck. I was like, you're right, but I'm tired because the day I was ill, so I slept all day. Then I was like, I'm getting paid to go, so I was like, kind of need them. I kind of want the money because it was like £75. So I was like, and then I was like, this is probably the last social thing I'm gonna do for a good while because technically it still wasn't November yet. So I was like, fuck it. So that was fun. Yeah. Then I fucking started like going off on one, dropping bare stick bootlegs. Then I transitioned back into like normal drum bass because at that point I had everyone hooked on it.
Yeah.
And there's one girl one girl at one point thing she was like I just saw like moving everyone onto the fucking like in front of the decks in the booth, like making like repacked. She came like play something really heavy. Because I was playing these euphoric like doubles like the like Dimension with Wilkinson doubles and like just like really like good vibes, and she's just like she was off her trolley. She's just like fucking play something heavy. I was like, oh okay. Did I play something like again? I was trying to push the bar because like she might want something heavy, but these people might not want to be absolutely fucking nightmares, fucking headaches, fucking in the face, mate. So then, so I played it like a relatively heavy tune. It wasn't crazy heavy. She was like, heavier. And it got down to the point where I played Get Down by Kano, which is obviously got this fucking bass to it, mate. And I played that Roses bootleg, which is pretty fucking heavy as well. So I was ripping some fucking heavy tracks. And then I was like, she kept over saying, play a birthday song. I was like, okay, shut your mouth now. I'm done with you. You're just pissing me. Like honestly, I might start making like a thing, say like a sign to provide when I play saying I do not take requests.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's so fucking annoying. Can you play Justin Bieber? Shut up, bitch. Tate in the house. That happens, mate. It's like I love dogs. He shuts the dog off. That really makes me laugh.
Can you play Drunken Love? My Beyonce? No, fuck off.
Swag. Yeah. But it was nice to get a little bit of female attention before I left because obviously I was just a stud DJ, dressed as American jock. Like I had my dad's varsity basketball like jacket on, so it was, and I was wearing that with just like jeans and white Air Forces. So I was like proper like almost like jock, like American jock. So I thought a pretty quick, close to neat together costume. And stuff. But that explains how my night went on Monday.
Yeah. Sounds like it's a nice little outing, and obviously,
it wasn't too bad.
In front of like a decent crowd.
Yeah. And she said after everyone was like, everyone said I was really sick, and I was like, okay, good, because like it's always hard when you're playing to a non-drum based crowd. Like it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
But your boy he's a sick cunt DJ, so he fucking pulled it out the bag.
But to be fair, that's better than playing to a full drum and bass crowd because you actually have to work the crowd and.
No, at the same time, the things if I play to a full drum bass crowd, I can play like whatever I want.
Wait more.
Yeah, because I was holding back some
variation,
juicy doubles. Oh, boys, I have found this one double which goes fucking like fuck, it's so sick. I'll put it in my next mix and also let you guys know when that comes out. So yeah, let's move on to basically the summary of DnB All-Stars Cage Birmingham. To kick things off, fuck the forum and their queuing system.
Yeah.
It was a joke. Thank God we managed to jump in with you guys.
Oh mate, trust. Fuck me, mate. You've been done out. Yeah. So K Motion started at 11, so we got there at 10:20 because we were like, okay, it'll take us about 20, 30, 40 minutes at a push to get in. And we were like, yeah, fuck it. So we got there at 10:20. We didn't get in till 11:40.
It's a joke.
So we missed pretty much all of K Motion. So apparently he was having sound difficulties.
Yeah, I saw that story.
Yeah, so I don't know if we miss much, but we probably would have.
Yeah,
I mean it's better than being outside.
I mean the 15 minutes that we did see of him was absolutely fat.
Yeah, it was gas. I just wish I could see more. It was just because then obviously at the end I basically like spoiler alert, I left early because I was way too tired from the jet lag. So I ended up missing pretty much K9 and K Motions, which was kind of annoying. But
K9?
Pretty much, yeah, mate. I literally got like 7 minutes past, and I was like, when you keep looking at your phone, going, and then once oh, I'm just looking at my phone to see how long we got left. I should probably just go now because otherwise it's gonna like ruin the night a bit for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah, because I've been up since 6:45 the previous day, and I was still on Dubai time really, so it was pretty fucked. But yeah, anyway, enough of that negativity. It was the queue was bare long. We got in there, saw the last 15 minutes of K-Motion. It was quite funny being in the queue with Cam. He was
it was good.
it was just so fucking funny. Yeah, so Cam, we went pirate before. We had a fucking pretty sick session. It was me, Hugh, and Cam. We had a great time. That was I was easing Hugh into his fucking first ever rave nicely.
The way to the queue. James nearly got stabbed in Birmingham.
Note to self: never stay with Rob and Jane. They were so long. So
mate, never stay with them. That's the whole reason we were like, hotel.
Yeah, and Charlie for directions. Charlie took us to the wrong place, so I had to take us all down Stab Alley.
Oh god!
I took us to the wrong place, so instead of taking us like to the right place, James was like, "Oh, your punishment is we're going down Stab Alley."
It was proper stabby. Like
we almost we could have got stabbed.
Yeah, if Charlie wasn't dressed as Spider-Man, we would
definitely. Not your favorite neighborhood Spider-Man.
They're all too scared of me. That's why we didn't get stabbed.
Yeah, fuck it. To be fair, bro, you did look quite massive in your fucking bullshit. I won't lie. You look massive. It was fucking hilarious.
Mate, what are you talking about? I am massive.
Obviously, yes, but accentuated the lines.
Yeah, I know.
Cam's got one shot. He's like, bruv, look at Charlie's glute in this.
He's got back.
He's got bugs. He's like, bro, it's just hugging the lower cheek a bit too much for my liking. I was like, agreed. So yeah, K-Motions was sick. So basically, like, everyone was on a drinking vibe, and then me, Hugh, and James were chuffing on my THC pen, and then we got
chuffing on it too much.
we got so fucking baked and drunk.
Mate, it was a fresh one as well, so that was potent. That thing.
It was. I literally just got it that morning. It was a stonker, mate. It was Mac 1. And it's like the full spectrum one. It's not just like 100% THC. It's like got hundreds. So it's got like CBD, THC, and like all the other like medical like oils you get from the plant. So like that's why it's such a fucking like nice high. So yeah, me and James fucking toast as shit. Like I have to say, like this night was like it's unusual because obviously it was like normal nights, but at the same time it was like we were there for the music, but we were also just like
there for the boys.
Being schoolboys, like we were being schoolboys, just doing stupid fucking shit. Like me and James was like look at each other, we start fucking like just burst out laughing. We were just having a fun time. Like we were just having like a fun time. Like it didn't feel like we were just sitting there listening to music. Like felt we were like just having fun. If that makes sense.
Do you know what the thing was like about this like rave? Like yeah, the music was good, everyone was but it was just the vibe. Like it was just sick.
Like, yeah, I think because we were all like in quite a positive mindset. I know, especially me, because I was like, I know this is my last night out for a year. Like, I want to enjoy every second of it. I feel like then I kind of like everyone was just like on a good. Yeah, and also being Halloween, like everyone dressed up. It's just a bit more of a vibe, really, isn't it? It's just jokes. So then we proceeded to take a few pictures before we got a bit too stuck into the rave.
If anyone's listening to this in audio, please go and watch the video right now. At this
I just want some of these fucking beautiful. Oh wait, other way.
The pictures of me can't go anywhere. I was just way too fake to even like comprehend.
Mate, I think it's not just like one of them; it's all of them. You look absolutely fucked. So that was fucking jokes.
Because I don't like smoke or anything, it hit me hard.
We've decided we're going to do a 420 special, aren't we, lads?
Yeah.
When it's April 20th, for you non-weed people, we're going to do a special 420 episode where we're all baked and we're going to have a fucking great time. We'll save up questions and do a big Q&A because I feel like that'd be a good thing to do. Because otherwise we'll start and be like, someone say something. So yeah, then we saw the start of Subsonic. You saw the start of Serum.
Oh yes.
How was the start of Serum?
Oh, phenomenal. First track,
Unreal.
Riders. Second track, Wave Riders VIP. Like, tell me a better way to open a set like that. Honestly, phenomenal. The set was really good. exactly what I expected from Dad. However, one thing I will say, probably like 45 minutes in, like not that I got bored, but like Serum on his own, like does get very like a little bit repetitive. Whereas I think like Kings of the Rollers, like having Blade Runner,
Voltage.
and Voltage in the mix as well, like does like spice it up a little bit. Whereas like towards the end, I was a little bit like, right, let's go on sub focus now.
Yeah, I think that's like one of my things of rollers. Like I love rollers, but I can only listen to them for so long.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons. And I wanted to see Subsonic because like Subsonic's like one of my favorite producers and DJs. And we had a fucking sick time. The room was like almost empty, which I felt really bad. It's like this guy deserves main stage. Like he's that good.
Yeah.
And like we were just there having a fucking sick time. It was so funny, right? So me, James, and Hugh started like fading back because we were like, this is just really intense at the front. And then Cam was just so mashed. He's just there in front of the speaker at the front, like just off on his own, having the sickest time. Like we were a good 10 feet away from him. He didn't even notice. He was so fucked. Subsonic was sick.
When we first got in there, like there was barely anyone there. We were the only ones going mad at the front, and everyone saw us and just sort of like, "Oh, these guys are out there." So
energy, yeah. So that was sick. He's again like I really like because he plays that really like high energy dance floor music, like the really the heavy euphoric stuff, which is like my favorite. Like probably my favorite genre to listen to is like the heavy euphoric, like back in time kind of tunes. And any kind of like his like last time, like these kind of tunes are fucking just so fat. So that was nice. We saw him for like 20 minutes, and then we went outside for like 10 minutes. And that's where I did the classic interview with Cam, and he was absolutely mongoloided. It was fucking class. And then we went back in. And we saw the last 30 minutes of Serum. So that's why we had a fucking sick time with Serum because we got what we wanted.
I still really enjoyed Serum.
Obviously, yeah.
It was so good. But like after like
I reckon if he was later in the night, you would have been like, because of that, they were like.
Nah, I feel like if I had a little bit of more of a warm up to it. If that makes
yeah, true.
Like,
yeah.
I was more.
If we saw more of K-Motions.
Yeah, I feel like if we saw more of K-Motions, I'd be like more into it, and it would be like, yeah, sound. But nah, it was still good. Like Wave Riders and Wave Riders IP. Oh, two unbeatable tunes.
Yeah. So then
who's
that kind of
Sub Focus?
Sub Focus, yeah. Sub Focus. He was class.
Yeah, he was pretty good to be fair. I think.
However, upon review of footage, I thought I was just so fucked. I was imagining things, right? But he made several mistakes during that set, and I've got some of them on video. Where like shit was like really out of like B, like it was clashing hard.
Really?
Yeah, and there was one. It was when he dropped, that jungle like DnB remix. Like the Fred V jungle. Like there was like a DnB remix. He tried to drop that Fat to VIP, and he dropped it like 16 bars apart. It's like jungle so jungle dropped. And then then the startup for fucking Fat to VIP started. Like he missed it by like 16 bars. He probably doesn't need key points. And I noticed I did clock that's like a bit weird because like one thing's dropped but it's like still building up to the next drop, and it was a bit like I don't think that was intentional.
Yeah, it was good, but I just wasn't blown away. But I've seen much better sets from him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean apart from that one double he dropped, I was fucking sad.
Oh yeah.
With the fucking sign for do. I was like, this is sick. But yeah, vibe chemistry was decent as well. I don't really remember much vibe chemistry. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, see, I'm not. Vibe chemistry was like at the start. It was all right. Then it got a bit boring. I was like, oh, this is a bit dead. And then all of a sudden, some like absolute fat, like heavy track popped out of nowhere, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, he's a bit all over the place with his mixing. He was sick in Barcelona there.
But then we had a bit of a sit down, didn't we? Vast vibe chemistry on.
Yeah, I took these. Actually, now I remember. I don't remember much bits because I took several like bits away because I got so fucked. So yeah, there was one part where I took a really fat like rip of my vape pen because I was getting really excited for some reason. It's like fucking ripping the shit out of like blow down. I was like
this to each other and just like kept doing
it. And then I was just like, I need fresh air. So then I died for a bit. Then there was one bit I went for a piss. And yeah, I think I took like 3 breaks from 5 chemistry because I was so fucked. And that's probably, and then like after that, I just started to like, yeah, the time zone change just started to fuck me out so badly.
Yeah, see, I was.
But I started a great time though. Don't get me wrong. I started a fucking phenomenal time. I just wish that the order was a bit different. I wished that they either switched K9 with Vibe Chemistry or switched Vibe Chemistry with K Motion. So you either had start with Vibe Chemistry.
I feel like they should have started with Vibe Chemistry.
Yeah, because these are smaller acts. I mean, they had a small act before. They had a small act before K Motions, but I feel like, yeah, usually the first decent act at 12, not 11.
Yeah, but then if K Motions have got another event that night, then he's probably like a bit strict.
He did, yeah.
So, I was gutted that I didn't get to see Crossy.
Oh, but you're definitely about to see him again. He's pretty easy to see.
Yeah, originally it was literally perfect because he was going to be on at the same time as Vibe Chemistry. I was like, yeah, Crossy all day.
Yeah, word.
But then it changed. He was on the same time as K9, and I haven't seen K9 in a while. Well, since
K9.
Ministry of Sound.
Yeah.
So, and he was actually really good, to be fair. I'm glad I stayed for K9. But Rob said Crossy was nuts. But I'm sure I'll see him at some point.
No, you definitely will. He's quite easy to see.
Yeah.
Like he always does the ball on road stuff, and like ball on road they do tons of adventure in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that kind of concludes it. I give the nice solid 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'd say I'll give the overall music, I'll give a 7.88 out of 10. It wasn't quite crazy music for me. I'd give like what carries it was just like the vibe, which is us laughing, having fun, like.
Yeah, there was no like blow away sets that like blew my mind. It
word.
was just like the vibe and like the general night was just really enjoyable.
Yeah, it felt like almost like a club night in terms of like I didn't feel like I was there for drum and bass. I felt like I was just there like having a really good time, and then it was just like really good music playing.
Yeah, and there wasn't like loads and loads and loads of us. There was just like a decent.
Well, there was. I got a bit stressed at points when the group gets separated. I got really stressed, but that's just because that's just me. I get like separation anxiety on a night out.
Yeah.
Like I like to know everyone's together.
Yeah. But
because the thought of like losing someone's not horrible.
Well, huh?
What's that?
I was like, it was just a nice little group that went.
It was 8 people.
8 people, yeah. So it was nice.
Yeah, I definitely prefer like the 3-man groups or like the 4-man groups are still gonna be the best. But yeah. It was such a fucking hot venue though, mate. Fuck me, dude.
Yeah,
that was probably the sweat. That might. I think. I don't think that's the sweatiest Rave I've been to, but it's definitely the hottest.
Nah, not as bad as Warehouse, mate. The other week, oh, that was brutal, absolutely brutal.
Yeah, like I've been to sweatier raves, but it wasn't as hot.
Yeah.
But that one was like I was sweating, but it wasn't crazy bad. But it was just hot. I felt like I was in a fucking sauna.
Yeah, mate.
And I wasn't even wearing a crazy. I was just wearing cargos and that's it. Like I was obviously didn't have a shirt on, so it was a bit weird.
Luckily, that skin was thin as fuck, so it was actually all right. It weren't too bad.
I was thinking you were dying.
Huh?
I thought at one point you were going to collapse because I thought there's no way he's not sweating his arse off in there.
Nah, like I was hot, but I wasn't like dying hot in that morph suit. Like
weird.
It was sort of like a blessing in disguise because it was so thin. Like it was actually good. But I could have like taken the top half off easily. But I was like, I can't be asked because it's such a mission to get back on.
That's basically what I did because I was actually sweating like fucking.
I said to James, come here, mate.
James.
Yeah.
And you had stuff on underneath. I had nothing on underneath.
Yeah, that's fair. I was literally dripping.
I bet. Fuck me. That definitely was one of the contributing factors to me leaving.
Yeah, true.
It just gassed me out. So, yeah, decent night though. Fucking safe boys for coming.
No worries at all.
Absolute pleasure, mate.
Oh, we literally didn't care what anyone else was doing. We didn't even speak to any girls or anything along that line. So it was just
word. That's the first time I think I've been to Rave in a long time. I haven't even like remotely tried to pursue like even just even just making mates with just people.
Well, apart from the one girl that tried to get it on with James.
Oh, what's this?
I don't remember.
Huh? So Cam was talking to this girl, right? And her best mate or her mate was like sliding back onto James, and James is looking at me, and I'm just like, nah, James, you need to move over here because yeah, pull me over there right now.
God, I don't remember that. I can't lie.
That's jokes.
Save you.
That's good, mate. I was in a vulnerable high state.
you probably could have got with her and not remembered it.
Gal trying to take advantage of vulnerable high James.
Yeah, James.
Vulnerable JC.
Was that when we were like in the
Victim
right
JC.
corner?
Huh?
Was that when we were in like the bottom right corner of the main stage bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I kind of briefly remember that.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Okay, well, none of us tried anything, so it was just a bit of a chill one.
Just children enjoying the vibe.
Yeah. Now, are you boys doing anything for New Year's?
I haven't got anything planned yet.
I think there's nothing really going that's massive for New Year's Eve this year. I haven't seen anything where I've gone, oh, I'm really gonna be like annoyed I'm missing out on this.
Yeah, they've got that DnB All Stars rave, but the lineup's dead. Main like the headline is Shy FX.
Yeah, it's not great.
All on road.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
Not compared to like last year's lineup.
Yeah, this is gonna be like, it's so funny because I used to have this New Year's curse, but I'd always have a really shit New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I had it for years. Because like when I was, like, so like quick story basically. So when I was like growing up and stuff. So when I used to come to school here, and then my parents lived in like Dubai, so I used to go back to like obviously for Christmas, and like everyone would go away for Christmas, and then I just sat there and I'd be just spending New Year's Eve on my own because all my mates in the UK would be like a house party, so I'd be sat there and fucking Dubai just on my own. Like this is fucking brilliant. So I always hated New Year's for ages, and then the New Year's I was here, I just had fucking just shit kicked off, like, and it was just really bad New Year's Eve, and then it wasn't until and obviously then 2020, obviously we had that we obviously had the lockdown news on New Year's Eve, didn't we? So and then yeah, it wasn't until last year. Last year was my very first good New Year's Eve, and now I'm back to having shit ones. So we spending New Year's Eve on my own.
Yeah,
probably one of the best nights of my life.
I fucking bet it was, Charlie.
Huh?
I fucking bet it was, mate.
Yeah.
I witnessed it firsthand.
Trust me.
So yeah.
Yeah, nah, I'm not really doing anything, mate. Do you want to do something, Josh?
I'm not doing anything, mate. I'm just gonna sit at home and then I'll jump in fucking Zoom, go to sleep at fucking 10 o'clock before even hits New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do, to be fair. Well, apart from the Zoom bit.
Yeah. Oh, you mean you could if you wanted to?
Probably not, mate. No thanks.
Oh. Anyway, so yeah, I think that concludes the pod, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can't do anything else.
Oh, no.
It's kind of been a bit of a chill one, just a kind of a bit of a catch up.
The
catch up. So, yeah. The catch up. Anyway. I don't know why I thought I had something else to say, but I think that is it really. I think 48. It's been pretty fucking long, to be fair.
Yeah. Rambled on.
a lot of waffling.
Yeah.
But needs must. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Bit more of a chill, relaxed one. And again, if anyone else has got any questions or any other topics they want us to do, leave a comment. Cheers, Seb, for starting what I hope will be a more regular comment section with questions, because obviously we are here at your guys' disposal for any questions within reason. No, James will not take it up the arse if you ask him. So you can leave that question out of the comments.
Maybe say please, like.
If you say please and you pay him, as long as
if you have a fit man, maybe, but let me.
Anyway, on that note, before we get fucking cancelled, James, like, share the photo, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.